Hey, church, today we're continuing in Exodus chapter 5, verses 15 through 23. And just to recap before we get there, we know that Moses and Aaron have approached Pharaoh about the Israelites being able to leave and go on this journey. Pharaoh has declined their request, so to speak, and now has given the Israelites more work as a result of it. And this work consists of not only making the bricks as they have been doing, but now having to gather all the materials before him themselves. And has left them in quite an impossible situation, even seeing their overseers being beaten. And so these overseers go directly to Pharaoh and they say, Pharaoh, this isn't even our fault. Like, why are you doing this to us? And Pharaoh is not going to change his tune at all. And so when they realize that, and they realize there's nothing's going to change about their work situation, they decide to go directly to Moses and Aaron, who in their minds have gotten them into this tough spot. And so when they approach Moses and Aaron, they have some pretty serious words for them. They say, may the Lord look on you and judge you. And do you now see that Pharaoh is seeing us as obnoxious people? His people have a sword in their hand to kill us. Like, this is a death wish. And when this conversation happens, obviously the Israelites can't see into the future. They can't see, as we know, as we'll continue to see in the study, that God has a plan for them. They can only see the right now, the here and now. And after this, we see a conversation that Moses has with the Lord. And he basically says, how are you allowing this to happen to these people? Like, you're not coming to their rescue like I thought you would. And again, we know the end of the story, or if you don't, if you continue reading in Exodus and continue with us in the study, you'll soon see. But I think we all find ourselves in that same spot as Moses. We clearly know from Scripture that he was called, that God wanted to use him and also use Aaron in this story, in this journey, in this rescue mission of the Israelites. But we all find ourselves in that place sometimes where we feel God has called us to do something and things don't seem to go exactly the way we would want them to go. And often we turn to God just like Moses did, and our question is, why? Why did it come to this? How are you letting this situation come to this? And we need to be reminded today, as we continue on in this story, that God has a plan. And it's our job, when God's called us to something, to simply trust him. He's been faithful in the past. He's faithful today. He'll be faithful forever. He just wants us to trust him, to stay the course and trust him no matter what's going on. God has a plan, and I hope that encourages you today.